here I am at the front gate of Rattlesnake Mountain. Alrighty, way up there you can see Rattlesnake Ridge. Going here. And this used to be the checkpoint, really pretty much to go into. Now it's a wildlife refugee. It used to have some really neat signs though, showing not to come in here. Pretty much showed a person going through the gate, and it had an X through them. But because this was an old army base, pretty much. I mean, basically this mountain has history, thousands of years, but we're just going to pretty much dedicate it from the 40s on up. And the legends we've heard, stories we've heard about this place, they're pretty much countless. Pretty much it is the tallest treeless mountain in the northern hemisphere, not the world. That's a claim. Have never been founded, so it is the tallest in the northern hemisphere that they know of. In 1943, the U.S. Army installed M1 Stratosphere guns at Rattlesnake. They put a little army field base there with a little landing strip, and they had the most advanced artillery pieces you could find at the time. The M1 Stratosphere guns were hooked up to the M3, M4 computer in groups of 4. When they put these together with the most advanced radar setup at the time, made these guns the most accurate artillery pieces that the U.S. Army had to offer. I actually own a shell, one of the rare shells from this 120 millimeter piece. These were a high pressure, as you can tell with the size of the brass banding on the bottom of it and how sleek the shell is. Very aerodynamic because it would shoot up to 60,000 feet. At the time, it was the highest shooting artillery piece that U.S. Army had. In the 50s, the M1 guns were upgraded to Nike missile systems. The M1 guns, computers, and radar systems were still compatible with the Nikes, so it was pretty easy to convert them over to the newer setup. And there's a famous picture of Sharon Tate riding a Nike missile out at Rattlesnake Ridge. Sharon was actually a friend of the family's and in a dance group with one of my aunts. During this time in the 1950s, my grandpa was actually working out here at Rattlesnake, and he said he made a lot of money out there being a general laborer, and he said one day he made the most money he ever made in his life pushing a broom for $5 an hour. Another legend you hear about Rattlesnake is that it had a bunker in it. I used to hear it was a president's bunker. Well, kind of. There really was something to that. They had some bunkers in there, and one of them was actually stocked with a refrigerator and stuff for high-level officials for out of Hanford and scientists. And of course, another story you'd hear about is that it was a laboratory. And yes, this was true too. It was a laboratory. They were doing tests on gravity, and they're using those nice lead-encased tunnels down there in those bunkers. Those bunkers were nice places to be able to do these kind of tests without any kind of interference. So pretty much Rattlesnake Mountain was built to protect Hanford and the area. They had big telescopes up there. The Army would use spotters, and they would spot what kind of traffic was coming in from whichever way. They had the best radar set up there to check for any planes. It was pretty much set up to defend Hanford. Hope you all enjoyed this little movie. I had a lot of family that worked out there. I had family that worked out there during the start of it and during the end of it. So I had a lot of information that I've heard about this, and I've heard a lot of stories about it. So anyways, have a good one.